Hey y'all, my name is Travis. Welcome to Travis Brick's YouTube channel. We're going to do a quick little city update. I finally got a couple parts in, still waiting on some more stuff. But we're going to go take a look at, I put in the tunnels over in the residential section underneath the museum. And got the mountainscape up a little bit. And maybe we'll take a look at some of the rock work at the bottom of the mountain as well. And I did a little bit of sidewalking in front of the museum. I had originally intended to put some gardens up there, but I think I'm going to leave it totally open so that I can do like museum meet and greets. I bought a couple extras of the dinosaur costume fig from the new CMF series, and I have one or two from the last CMF series, so I think that would be fun to kind of put them out front of the museum. Maybe I might pull some of my classic space guys to put out there as well to kind of do a meet and greet. So that's kind of where that's going. I also currently have all the pirate ships out to like sea right now. I ordered a second copy of El Dorado for to work on the other side of the harbor. So hopefully that will come in the next couple days, and I can get started on that as well. But some of the cleaning up is going on for to make kind of room for that and to be able to move stuff around, because that's going to be a major move out of the city so that I can work on it, because the backside where the mountain is really far back on my city and I can't really reach it, so that's why I've kind of designed everything to be removable. And actually it's currently sitting on my other desk that I used to build Rivendell, or not in my desk, but I have a table set up that I had used to build Rivendell on, and since it was already set up, I thought I would just transfer the whole mountain tunnel track road situation over there to work on it. So you'll see that in a minute. But everything that I do is modular so that I can pull it out and work on it on any of my desks, rather than reaching like way over back into the city. The back side of that is, the front plate is 40 inches back there, and that's tough to work. That's tough to work on anything back there. I don't like to sit on the tables. I'm sure they would support me. I just don't want to take that risk. So let's go take a look at what I've been working on. Okay, so before I show you the modules, I thought I'd give a quick reminder of what we're kind of dealing with. This is the area that I've pulled these modules out of. Again, this is kind of the back of the harbor underneath the museum. And so this is kind of where I've pulled out. You can see the road stops. I pulled up part of the railway tracks. And all of that just slides together. I have left this piece here, and we might take a look at this piece in a little bit. But this big section back here, which actually goes all the way over to here and is somewhat up here and back here, is kind of what we're dealing with today. So let's go take a look at it over sitting on my table. Okay, so here's what we've come up with. So, obviously this is the part that goes down to the bay, or down to the harbor. And then there's the railroad tracks, which will connect into what's currently there. And then there's the road that will connect into what's currently there as well. The other cool thing about this is that this is all modular, like I said a minute ago. So this first piece, which I'll show you how it comes apart, is right here, stops right there. This next piece, which is attached to this base plate, is this kind of center section. And then all the way over to here is attached to this base plate, and these two are tied together. In addition, just like all the other parts, this comes apart as a mills plate and has a little bit of support there. So it's supported on this side by this Duplo tower, and then on that side is a Technic pin, which I will probably replace with a normal Technic pin. I just use the pin to axle just for now, because I've been moving it in and out to kind of work on it. This is the exact width of the museum as well. And so the other part that will go here is actually over there right now. But this is where I'm kind of thinking about doing the meet and greet with some classic space guys and the dino costume guys and girls. I'm trying to decide what else, because I feel like I need some sort of like structure or something kind of there as well. And I was thinking maybe some little space set or something. I don't know. But we'll talk about that later. My current issue that I'm trying to decide before I get this back into place is how to deal with this, okay? So this is where I put my typical railing, okay? I've used that basic railing everywhere. And it is basically comprised of 2x2 jumpers or 1x2 jumpers, and then 1 by whatever size plate, some of the telescope pieces, and a tile on top. Okay, so that's how almost all of them are done. And so the problem here is if I put that 2x2 jumper or tile or whatever right here, it's gonna lock this into this, and these span the junction points in quite a few places, and I don't want to necessarily have to take all those tiles off to be able to split this module. I might just have to deal with it, and just it is what it is. But I'm trying to assess the best way to do that. So I'm going to stop the video for right now. I'm going to think through that a little bit. And before I get it back in place, I'll show you kind of how the modules come apart. So here's what I've decided to do. So first I placed in my columns kind of where I wanted them. They're not exactly even. As you can see, this side is one extra stud. But I don't think you'll notice it once all the other stuff is there. But I basically will put my jumper plates there so that I can attach my railing. But I just split this basically so that all I'm going to have to do is pop off these. I'm just going to kind of leave them still attached to the front plate just so I can still see what's going on. And then that slides right out, and then we're good to go. Now, one thing to know as well, and I'll show you this in a minute, is that there's a lot of extra pieces in here to kind of hold this together. So like I have that piece in there that crosses over the joint. This piece crosses across a joint in modules. So there's a lot of underwork. So that's why it was a much bigger problem than just having the top plate attached. There's a lot of under things that I have to be able to reach to be able to actually split this apart. So I'm going to pop you over here on a tripod, and I'm going to take this apart and get this placed into the city to take a look at it there, and then maybe we'll pull the museum out, do a little work on that, and maybe do a little work on the sidewalk. So before I place this over into the city, I thought I'd give it an up-close look because I'm not going to be able to reach this to be able to show you. I have built snot bricks into the side of this wall, and then headlight bricks into the side of this wall so that they meet up together and kind of snap together a little bit. Same thing on this side. However, I only had them up high because down low I just didn't have enough room, and this is also attached via snot. So I just didn't want to, oops, sorry. I just wanted one attachment point, and I had already kind of built in those other kind of spots on the backside, and it's just as easy to just stick this right down on there to hold them together, and does basically the same thing. This whole front piece, this is actually two pieces underneath that one support column, but I just pulled the whole thing off because the whole thing had to come off anyways. And then there's this one that kind of holds those two together. Again, it's just to kind of make sure everything's aligned well. Let's go pop this back into the city and see what it looks like in the actual placement. All right, so there it is in place. I will eventually put some sort of tile or something to cover over that snot plate that's sticking out there above the train track tile. And I'll connect the train tracks and lock it in more when I'm a little bit more certain about not needing to pull out. But now you can kind of see why I make it all modular so that I can reach all the way back in there. And actually, I'm going to slide this other guy in here as well. So there's kind of the full effect, if you will, as far as kind of it all being together. I think it's gonna be super fun to put a little display or something outside of the museum there. I think doing maybe like a meet and greet with some of the new figs, or with some of the dino costume figs and some space things out there. I think it's gonna be super fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the museum, and we're gonna take a quick look at some of the things that I'm gonna do just to kind of fix up that area for right now as well. All right, so if you watched my museum video, you know that I have plans to eventually widen this to be the full width of 2 base plates. Right now, this is just the standard version. That's a base plate and a half, is just centered on 2 of the base plates. So at some point, I'll pick up a second copy of this, and I'm gonna at least expand it to this width. I might add another floor. I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, I need to do something with this for right now until I actually go through with my plans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little garden on this side and a little garden strip on this side, put a little fencing there, and call it done for right now. So we're going to take a quick look at that. I'm going to actually pull out these gray plates and replace them with some of these guys, just to give it a little bit better look. And yeah, hopefully that will make it look finished for now until I get around to buying a second copy. All right, so here's what I've kind of landed on for right now. I just kind of threw some trees in there because, again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing foliage and all that, knowing that I'm going to rip it out eventually, hopefully in the next couple months. So I just threw some trees in there, threw some fence around it, got it tiled off, and I think it looks pretty good. I threw some of what I intend to do as meet and greets out there, just to kind of see. You can see on the right there, there's the dino costume from Series 25 and the dino costume from Series 24. And then there's also some classic space guys. And in fact, for those of you that are classic space fans, the red one is truly an OG. It has an OG helmet and OG torso. I think the rest are all the H bodies. I think the yellow one has the newer style helmet, but I think the other 2 helmets are the old style as well. Maybe we'll do a closer video of those at some point. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to kind of feel out what that was going to look like, and I think that's what I'm going to go with. I would like to get a small little space set to put with the space guys as well, maybe like a little like Mars rover type thing. I don't know. We'll see. I need to look to see what's out now that this big space push is on this year. I'm sure there's something, or there might be something in very classic space that I can use. But anyways, this is kind of what I'm going to go with for right now. And this is where I'm going to stop for a day because I need to actually finish cleaning some bricks to continue on this here. So this is where I'm headed next with all this. You can see these are all just a bunch of these wedge plates, just kind of stacked in random order along there, just to kind of give it a little bit of a rocky look. So that's kind of what's next for this area. I also need to get some more railings up. And then obviously, as I said in the beginning, this is a point of focus for the next couple weeks. So this is kind of where we're at for right now. And I think this is where I'm going to stop for today. Okay, so hopefully you get a kind of sense of where that area of the city is kind of headed. It kind of got moved up on the list of things to do just because of the mountainside that goes into the harbor. That's kind of where a lot of my focus is going to be for the next couple weeks. is getting the harbor pirate whole thing kind of figured out, that coastline on the track side, getting all that kind of worked out, figured out. And then I'm going to slowly work across the new section of the city. So that's kind of why that got bumped up. Hopefully the next couple videos will be about some of the pirate updates, the harbor updates. I would like to do one about doing ballasting around train tracks, and I still need to get that corner. I still need to do a video on that corner section of the road plates that I've done. So hopefully that's what's coming in the next week or so, is maybe tracks and road plates. Like I said, my El Dorado hasn't shipped yet, and this is as of Tuesday, January 23rd. So it hasn't shipped yet, so I don't expect to see that before the weekend at the earliest, maybe even middle of next week. I definitely did get it ordered before it went on back order, so I'm hoping that that will come soon, because that's kind of the linchpin to the pirate, or to the fortress side of the harbor getting done. I need basically all the parts from that. So that's kind of that dependent, but I can keep working on the other side and get those some other tutorial type videos on the ballasting and the road plate. So if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to stay tuned for what's coming, and make sure you drop some comments, things that you like, things you don't like, things you need more explanation on, things you would like to see videos on. I'm always open to suggestions, and I want to make sure that I'm explaining things that are beneficial to you all and help with y'all's city or whatever projects that you're working on. Thanks for watching.